The labor skills are going to be needed at the new French fry plant out here compared to the old plant is incredible. But the pay is going to be better. The working conditions are going to be enormously better. And what it's saying is that that French fry plant is going to be here for decades and decades. It's not going to be the victim of a shutdown. So what does that mean to the policymakers, your legislators, and all of us? Is we have to continue to invest in the workforce. That starts first at home, the values we teach our children about the importance of education and about the importance of hard work. It continues through a robust K-12 system that we actually have a good roadmap today on what we need to do going forward. We're making advances, but we've got work to do. But even more importantly is vocational training and higher education so that those workers at that plant and any other new plant can get the skills they need to operate the sophisticated equipment that just continues to evolve in Idaho and in America. I believe the legislature's on the trajectory to do that. I think it's critical that take place. One of the things I'm probably most passionate about is trying to return jobs to Idaho from overseas. I can give you, well, actually, I'm part owner in a company. We are the only manufacturer of binding equipment left in the world that's not based in Asia. Well, there's one little one in Portugal. All the rest of our competition's in Asia, and we're located in Boise. And we have to be smarter. We got to be smarter. We got to be more creative. We got to continue to come up with new ideas. There's a little entrepreneur at Cottonwood, Idaho, that uses the technology, which is kind of old technology, of lost foam molding to make parts for pumping equipment. You probably see it on center pivots. He had a facility at Lewiston, offshored his production to China, and before he got his first product, his competitors had his product out of China. Well, Ed gave up and said, to heck with it, brought it all back. He's employing farm kids at Cottonwood, and he's competing on the national level. A small entrepreneur, a low family-owned operation, and he's competing in the world of manufacturing. Now, a much larger example we have here in Idaho is at Post Falls, was actually an Idaho homegrown company, which was Buck Knives, which started in a garage at Mountain Home, out of a guy's garage at Mountain Home. They moved to San Diego. They were there for years, and as is often the case with companies in California, got frustrated with the taxes and the regulation, and were lured back to Post Falls. They actually paid for the move in 1 year's savings in payroll taxes. And they had about 25 to 30% of their production in China. They've implemented new technology, they're upgrading their workforce, they're bringing all that production back to Idaho. I think that's one of the most important things we can do going forward, because I, being in agriculture, people in the timber industry, people in the mining industry, people in the manufacturing, we all know that to survive we have to increase technology, and that usually means fewer people. So we have to be on our toes and working hard all the time to grow the economy in Idaho to replace those jobs. You know, I started out talking about people's concern about the federal government. The best way for Idaho to ensure ourselves to where we can tolerate whatever shocks come from Washington is to increase jobs and increase incomes. Whether they raise taxes, whether they increase regulation, whatever they might do, philosophy in our economy is critical if we're going to do this, and I'm convinced we will going forward. Once again, Canyon County, thank you very much for what you've done in the past for the Republicans, and thanks for having me here today.